If you find yourself self-sabotaging your progress over and over again because of a limiting belief, then this video is for you. Because by the end of this video, you'll be able to break any limiting belief so that you can finally stop doubting yourself and unleash your potential. If you're looking for practical personal development ideas, be sure to subscribe to my channel and be notified whenever I post a video. Hi, I am Hamzah Salim and I've written a step-by-step game plan to transform limiting beliefs. If you stick around until the end, you can get it for free. Also, I'm growing a private Facebook group where I go deeper into this kind of stuff. Be sure to wait until the end for the special invitation. So let's get right into it. As we discussed in the previous videos, a limiting belief is nothing more than an idea that we feel very certain about. So the key here in this exercise is to break the limiting belief by creating doubt. Because the moment we honestly question our limiting beliefs and stories, we create doubt. So the right questions immediately shift our focus from that limiting belief and story we told ourselves for so long. Because whatever we focus on, our brain looks for more supporting data. And in that case of a limiting belief, because we focus so long in this story, we fed our brain with more supporting data. And now that we shift, we can look for new ways. And this is done through specific questions. Make sure you watch my first video on how to identify limiting beliefs before we start this process. I put it somewhere here. So in my personal development journey, I've tested a lot of methods and techniques on how to overcome limiting beliefs, and I came up with just 3 questions. I call them power questions that were very helpful in my journey, and I hope it adds some value to you too. So in the previous videos, I talked a lot about one of my main limiting beliefs, because why I was not doing the actions I want to do. And let's take it again. So one of my limiting beliefs was my English is not good enough. And now we are going to use the 3 power questions, okay? So the first question you ask yourself is there any rational reason for such a belief? And then you write down your answers. Okay? Now the question number 2 is, how many times was this belief not accurate? And remember, we talked about shifting the focus. Now we shift from that negative story into a new way of thinking. We look for new possibilities, and our brain will come up over time with ideas and memories that were restored all the time. Okay? If you ask this question honestly and also write it out, that's very important, because if you don't write it out, you're probably gonna forget it and then you go back to the old patterns. The third question is, how is this belief absurd or ridiculous? And when we do an exercise like this, we come up with these answers, and especially when we write them down, we get really clear on how untrue our limiting beliefs and stories we told ourselves for so long were. And this is what happened with me. I remember doing this exercise and I got a little bit angry with myself, because I saw my answers and I was like, how the hell could I held on so long to that limiting belief? Comment below which techniques or methods you have used to overcome limiting beliefs. So when you got your answers, and they usually evoke some emotional response, and this is really important to change the old pattern, to get emotional, and also use anger. If you feel a little bit angry or frustrated, this is really good, because this makes a disconnection from the old negative limiting belief. This is what happened with me. So I got really angry and I used that anger. With that, I conclude this video. If you want the whole process with all the techniques and exercises, that I've used to overcome my limiting beliefs, be sure to grab in the description box below the link and get my free step-by-step game plan. Also, if you want to join a community of aspiring game changers, you can join my Facebook group for free. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know with a like, comment below and share with someone that could benefit from this video. I look forward for seeing your feedback and also giving you some responses as well. Next week we are going even deeper into self-transformation, so be sure to tune in again. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.